2021, successor to one of the most trying and tumultuous years in a century. But surely those days were behind us. COVID would subside, the storms would cease, civil and political tensions would ease. If only that were true. Battle-hardened by events in 2020, the 118th hard-charged into 2021. From the start, we traveled our nation's capital, joining the single largest troop buildup in our nation's history.
This is home base for members of the 118th Wing of the Air National Guard. Tonight, 6 of them are in our nation's capital, providing security on Inauguration Day.
And not only did COVID response continue, the Delta variant and release of vaccines shifted an already bustling mission into high gear.
The military has been especially important in helping that effort. Major Daniel Miser is with the Tennessee Air National Guard and joins us on the phone right now with what they've been doing to help distribute the vaccines.
Geopolitical tensions would grow, and the storms did not cease. They raged as winter ice gave way to torrential rain in the spring.
The Tennessee Air National Guard also always ready to respond to disasters. They were called in immediately to help in the aftermath of the flood.
Would another year like this break us? Hell no. The 118th ISRG was called on for both federal and domestic support. They were exemplary in both. Domestically, they responded when Tennesseans needed them most. Flash flooding devastated Humphreys County, but they sprang into action, identifying over 300 damaged structures for TEMA and first responders, expediting nearly $700,000 in aid.
This helps the people of Waverly.
And that is why the 118th Wing responds.
Federally, their achievements were equally impressive. The group combined for over 14,000 days in support of federal missions. Finally, they produced a staggering 20% of all targeting materials for the entire Air Force. Airmen in the 218th ISRG delivered expert target development and digital network intelligence to provide our nation the competitive advantages necessary for success in today's environment. They partnered with sister services, combatant commands, and federal agencies to integrate cyberspace operations into joint planning around the globe. They deployed to Europe to strengthen resiliency with NATO allies. They partnered with Air Force Special Operations Command, integrating their tradecraft into the evolving tactics of special operations. They activated analysts in support of U.S. Cyber Command cyber mission forces and were awarded by the Navy for their rapid response and expert interoperability. All the while, they continued to innovate, implementing a first-of-its-kind commercial cyber training range and developing their first threat-driven cyberspace readiness exercise, ensuring the 218th cyberspace intelligence professionals are ready to defend our nation. The 118th Ops Group was extremely busy, executing over 26,000 MPA days, providing over 6,000 combat hours in over 300 combat sorties in multiple named operations. The result? Sophisticated ISR aiding in multiple kinetic events involving Hellfire and JDAM employments. They would also make history as the first Air National Guard MQ-9 unit to support GBU-49 engagements. Domestically, they were the lead MQ-9 unit for the USAFE Swift Response exercise. They supported Southern Strike with MCE crews and continued to expand their DOMOPS role during Vigilant Guard. Not content to rest on past success, the group would remain on the cutting edge, conducting over 300 hours of training sessions for combat operations scenarios. With more than 100 aircrew and intelligence personnel trained, better communications and engagement, Ops is more lethal than ever. The 118th Medical Group had one of the greatest challenges facing the wing, ushering the wing safely through the COVID-19 pandemic. They led by example, guiding the 118th on proper COVID safety protocols, thus ensuring missions would continue. They also showed the state of Tennessee their immense capability, switching from a mass testing focus to that of mass vaccination. Since the beginning of the pandemic, the medical group has combined with state and local agencies to make over 780,000 patient contacts, conduct almost 1 million COVID tests, and administer over 1 million COVID vaccinations across the state. Not content to simply maintain status quo during this level of response, the group expanded its mission capabilities by traveling to California for en route patient staging system training. This valuable skill set prepared the medical group for wartime and disaster medical scenarios, but more importantly, it ensured lives are saved at home and abroad. If these achievements weren't already impressive, they were a model for preparedness, as they ensured the 118th remained in the top 10 of all Guard units for medical readiness. The 118th MSG, with its many squadrons and offices, ably supports the mission, as their name implies. Starting with the 118th CES response to ice and snowstorms, They provided essential power to critical emergency communications for the Tennessee Highway Patrol. Additionally, they provided over 8,000 man-hours supporting the COVID-19 task force. And they supplied a debris clearance team for relief efforts following severe flooding in Waverly.
Loading up
We're here for you. We always are.
to help Humphreys,
We're always ready, we're always there.
traveling west to clear debris. Not only does the Tennessee Air National Guard have boots on the ground help.
Next, the contracting office. Though stretched as they augmented other wings in the state and the Tennessee Military Department, they maintained exemplary support of the wing, awarding 57 contracts worth $3.5 million and executing $1.2 million worth of GBC contracts, all while completing the $3.3 million base gym and deployment processing center. Consummate professionals, the 118th FSS processed over 5,000 combined DEERS transactions and CMS cases. They made Air Force history, sending the first FSS airmen in the total force to complete the cold weather operators course. They processed over 32,000 MPA days, supporting 11 different operations and deployments. They sent nearly 500 airmen to training schools, encompassing almost 1,300 sets of orders and 16,000 days, totaling almost $5 million. Furthermore, they enhanced their own readiness, sending dozens of members to conduct joint training, cementing deployed skill sets. The 118th Com Flight put up impressive numbers, scrubbing sensitive PII from a massive 4.2 terabytes of data. They did so with 0 infractions and accomplished a critical cyber update on over 1,200 computers across the wing. Furthermore, they overhauled the wing's ComSec program, receiving a coveted excellent mark from ANG inspectors. For the 118th LRS, inventory and management was the name of the game. They oversaw $11 million worth of vehicle accounts, boasting 100% accuracy, and they conducted a massive NGB-directed floor-to-book equipment inventory, again, with 100% accuracy. Next, the 118th SFS lived up to their name, further securing our base and the country. They spearheaded the installation of a new entry control system across the base, issuing over 900 access badges. They revived the installation entry and exit vehicle check program and led the way for nearly 350 airmen to complete CADM qualification training. Finally, members from across MSG provided critical support to the 59th presidential inauguration, serving over 46,000 meals, operating vehicles from vans to semis, providing security to the Senate office buildings, and maintaining over 1,000 radios and phones for this historic event.
Night in the White House, and tonight National Guard troops are still surrounding Washington, D.C., including some from right here in Nashville.
Not to be overlooked, the 118th Wing staff played critical roles to keep the wing running. They processed over 11,000 pay requests with nearly 100% accuracy, made over 25,000 individual chaplain contacts, created political guidance plans for the wing, launched a new mental health discussion series, resolved 94% of safety deficiencies, revived a critical emergency notification system, and led numerous readiness exercises. They also got noticed as over 1.5 million people saw local media coverage of the wing's activities.
In Wilson County, they are turning to the troops to fill vacancies. I'm showing you who's answering the call.
Wingmen, leaders, and warriors of the 118th. We will thrive in today's battlefield while preparing for tomorrow's. You are ready for what's next. So 2022, bring it on.